I'm Jessica here from Foster Web Marketing to talk about responding to reviews. In our last video, I shared 5 awesome strategies to start getting reviews today. So now we're going to talk about how to respond to them. So yes, you should be asking for reviews, but you also need to respond to them, the good and the bad. Here are some tips to learn the best practices when responding to reviews. First, don't respond impulsively to a bad review. It's tough for anyone to take criticism that feels unwarranted, and it's a whole lot harder when you feel like your business, reputation, and livelihood are in the balance. But don't be tempted to fly off the handle or get into a fight. While reviews do play a big part in your local search visibility and potential clients' first impressions of your firm, one bad review isn't the end of the world. People and Google understand that negative reviews will happen. It might even seem suspicious if you have a perfect 5-star rating on each site. So relax. Don't get mad. Don't get even. Just get your composure and put your very best customer service skills to work. While potential clients will probably see that bad review, they'll form their impressions and opinions based on how you choose to respond. Next, don't let bad reviews slip through the crack. The absolute worst thing you can do with a bad review is to just be blissfully unaware that it's even out there. A prompt response to a bad review is always going to make you look good, and it's going to give you the best chance to work out what's going on with the unhappy reviewer. If you're totally unaware of the review until months down the road, any response you give is going to look a little lukewarm. Next, take the conversation offline for resolution. Let's be realistic. You probably won't be able to make an unhappy client happy with a single response on a review site. And a public review site probably isn't where you really want to get into the nitty-gritty of the complaint anyway. So one of your main goals when you respond to a negative review is to get the reviewer to reach out to you personally. Don't just apologize and leave them hanging. Instead, you should invite them to call you, email you, drop by the office, or take some other action to resolve their complaint. It shows them that you're taking them seriously, and it gives you a chance to really talk with them about their concerns and figure out what went wrong. Even if it doesn't change the individual situation, it shows other readers that you care about their experience and are actively willing to improve when a problem is brought to your attention. Fourth, be sincere and specific when you respond to a negative review. A canned response is probably better than nothing at all, but it's not going to do a lot to show off your people skills or give potential clients confidence that you really know how to solve problems. That's why you want to go the extra mile to really show that it's you that's listening. It's totally fine to loosely follow a template, but you want to be specific in addressing the reviewer's problems and making them feel like a real human is responding to their concerns. That doesn't mean you have to get into case details, personal information, or anything else totally inappropriate to put online. It just means that you want to make sure that you thank them for the feedback, made them feel heard, and responded with concern. Hi Carl, thanks for letting me know about this, and I'm sorry to hear that you had a bad experience. Would you be willing to talk more about it with me at? I'd really appreciate the chance to make this right for you. So before you post your response to a review, always read it over carefully. Does it really address the reviewer's concerns? Does it sound sincere? Or does it sound like something you could cut and paste from a script? If it's the latter, try again. Potential customers will be paying close attention to the way you respond, and even though they're not carefully crafted in the brand environment of your website, they'll still be forming their impression of you from what they see. This is your chance to really show them your core values and your commitment to your clients, customers, or patients. Fifth, don't over-explain yourself. If you over-explain, you're only going to look defensive, desperate, and maybe even combative. If you write 5 paragraphs in response, it's likely they'll just stop listening. So just keep your goal in mind. When you respond to a negative review, all you really need to do is thank them, briefly address their concerns, and give them a path to make it better. That's it. 6, respond to positive reviews too. Give people a quick thank you response when they leave you a glowing review. Keep it brief, but not too brief. Everything you learned above still applies here. For example, imagine you just received this review from a past client. My attorney was excellent and I would recommend her to anyone. Now, consider the difference between these two responses. Thank you. Thanks, Jenny. I enjoyed working with you, and I'm glad to hear you had a great experience with us. Do you see the difference? The first response seems a little cold and canned. It could be the response to any review. The second response is warm and personal. It shows that you're engaged, and it encourages more people to leave reviews because it's clear that you care and you're listening. Besides, there's also some evidence that reviews with responses from the business are more likely to show up when people search for you. So you definitely don't want every review with a response to be a negative one. 7, take the right steps to deal with fake reviews. You can always offset any negative or inaccurate reviews by gathering more positive, sincere reviews. And if it's obvious to everyone that the review is prank or fake, it might be one of those very rare cases when it's best not to respond at all. Reviews are an important part of your digital marketing strategy. If you need help with your digital marketing and are looking for ways to build your brand and increase leads, check out fosterwebmarketing.com.